streaming live on YouTube. Guys, we apologize about the technical difficulties, but we're going to finish here over on YouTube. Hannah, thank you so much for being patient with us today, trying out something new here. But with everybody you all have coming back next year, what are your all's goals as a team?
Obviously the main goal is to make it states, but we also just want to improve each and every game, take it day by day, each and every practice, work our butts off, and reach our ultimate goal. You know, the ultimate goal was starting off is always to get to the last Saturday in March, and that's what we want to do.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot going on around the state right now. Obviously, with the COVID-19 stuff, it's crazy. We'd never thought we'd see anything like this during our lifetime. But what can you do to stay positive during a time like this?
I think it's a big deal to surround yourself with family and loved ones. Just spend as much time with them as you can. Try to be smart, stay safe. I know a lot of people's trying to still work out and all that, but it's big to focus on your mental health too, because stuff like this can take a big toll on you.
Oh, definitely. And that's very mature of you to say. We definitely need to get you down here once all this COVID stuff is done and over with. But what are your goals as a player? Whether it's, you know, what have you been working on? Like when you get out there and you work out, what is one asset of your game that you've been working on that you know that you need to improve?
Agility and defense. No doubt about that. I know I'm not the lockdown defender that I need to be, and I struggle with that some. But I'm hoping once I get my health issues fixed, that'll help me out in that aspect as well.
Oh, definitely. Now, obviously, you all have a great core coming back next year. You all were very young a couple years ago when you all made the state tournament run and ended up getting beat by Fairmont in the state championship game. And you all didn't make it this year. We understand that, but what can you take from a state tournament run like that to help this team, where it is a young team, get back to Charleston?
I think most of it, once you get down there and working your way to there, is all about grit and how bad you want it. Because, I mean, you can take the most skilled team and then the least skilled team, and you never know what's going to happen. It's all about who comes to play that night, and you have to do all the little things that truly matter.
Oh, definitely. And that's it. We've talked to a lot of coaches around the state, players, and that's a big thing that everybody keeps putting in. As long as you can make it to Charleston, you got a chance. And that's the big key with a lot of teams that just made it down here for the first time, or you want to be able to finish what you started. And yes, especially for these seniors, it's tough to see some of these seniors go out like this and not have a chance to, when like we talked about, whether it's win or lose, you want to be able to know the ending, and you want to be able to know, okay, I gave it everything I got, but we still weren't able to win. But right now it's everything on hold, and it's just awful to see.
It is.
Now, obviously we talked to you a few months ago, and you all came down here to Charleston. How has your game improved since then?
Still working on my shot. Just getting a quicker release. Trying to get it up a little bit more, my release a little bit higher. Help me finish tougher over top of people. Trying to work on a pull up, just different aspects to help me become a more well-rounded offensive player. And I'm still working on my IQ. I enjoy watching the game. I think I've improved in a lot of ways and from that aspect.
No, you talk about IQ and you talk about smart basketball players, and we talked about the Michael Jordan documentary starting tonight. You would talk about smart players. That was one of the smartest players to ever step on the court. You can learn so much from just watching him play. And I remember when I was younger, watching him play when I was growing up, and it was just something special to see. Now, obviously, the WNBA draft just happened. when you look at yourself, who got you involved and who got you started in basketball?
I think I was in 3rd or 4th grade, and my mom and dad talked to Tim Lapardis, Gabby Lapardis' dad, and they got me started with the Express travel team. And I started playing. I really didn't pay much attention to basketball still at that point, but it was my 5th grade year. Something just clicked on me, and ever since I've just fell in love with it.
So obviously you want to play at the next level is your biggest goal. What if you had an offer from every school in the country? What school are you going to?
Personally, to me, it's what team feels like family, because White Woman and Geese, we're all family. We treat each other like sisters. It's a big deal. But I think it'd be pretty cool to play for the home state.
Nothing wrong with wearing that blue and gold.
No.
Now, obviously, you want to be your own player, and we definitely understand that. But who can you say you molded your game around?
Probably my cousin Jasmine, because
it's not a bad person to mold your game around.
No, I grew up watching her play, and she's one of the top shooters to ever come from Woman Geese. And I mean, we spent hours and hours shooting in gyms together and out in the parking lot. It's just, we've always been close, and I enjoy being able to share the game with her.
Now, obviously, Skylar coming back next year, you all coming back next year. What is, with you all being, because we've seen you all play down at West Virginia State this year, with you and Skylar, you have Deja coming back. You all being the leaders on this team, what do you all have to do to help these younger girls?
Skylar's always a good leader. She knows how to pick us up when we're down. She always finds me when I'm open. I mean, she's a true definition of a point guard. And as far as me and the other girls, we just have to make sure that the younger ones don't get down on themselves. It's tough coming in as a freshman or even as a sophomore. Mentally, the game's hard on you. You're playing against 19-year-olds, and physically you're not as strong as they are. So you have to find other ways to beat them and get the upper hand on them. So we just have to make sure that we're all keep our heads in the game and work on what we need to work on.
Now, what did you all learn from this year that you can take and help you all get back to Charleston for next season?
I think the biggest thing we learned is probably that you cannot take a play off. Can't take a play off. In the end, they all matter. They all have a big part in the game. And offense wins games, defense wins championships. And our defense is definitely something that we needed to prove on, but I think we're going to get there. I think we're going to work hard this summer, hopefully. I know things aren't looking too well, but individually we're going to keep working. We're going to work on our own. We've been FaceTiming each other and trying to hold each other accountable a little bit. So,
and nothing wrong with that. That's always good to hear. Now, we're going to step away from basketball for just a minute. And I know we've talked about this before, but if you could be any animal, what animal are you going to be?
Still sticking with the sea turtle.
And for those that didn't see your first interview, why are you picking the sea turtle?
They live forever.
I
just think it'd be cool to live underwater and see everything that we don't get to see from the human eye.
That's true. I like it. I do like it. Now, what is your favorite subject?
Math, no doubt.
So what do you want to do like at the next level? Like what is your goal? Obviously you want to play basketball at the next level, but what would your major be in college?
Right now I'm leaning towards engineering. I'd like to be an engineer. Math just comes easy to me, so I'm just going to use that to my advantage and hopefully it'll work out for me.
And you talk about a very good engineering school. We talked about this college. West Virginia Tech is a very good, good engineering school. Obviously, WU, very good engineering program in Morgantown. But now, just a goofy question. Obviously, you and your cousin played a lot of basketball. If you all play 1-on-1, who's going to win that game 9 times out of 10?
She's got me out on the perimeter, but I can post her up pretty well now. I'm bigger than her, so it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up.
What have you learned from her?
Well, she's always had to adjust because she's not been the biggest one out on the court, she's always had to adjust her shot and find different ways to score. And I think the thing that I took most from her game is that you can't get down on yourself. Shoot or shoot. You just got to keep going, and you got to find different ways to score. You can't always rely on your outside shot because obviously you're not going to be hitting every game. So I think that that's what I've took from her game. And she's also told me, you just can't be an offensive player. You got to play on both ends of the floor. But when I'm down, she picks me up, and I have the greatest teammates a girl could ask for. Skylar, she's one of the best point guards out there. Deja, she's a great post player. Sarah's probably one of the best rebounders out there in the state. I'll put her up against anybody. She's got the grit.
She definitely does, and that's one thing that we noticed when we watched you all play down at West Virginia State was, I mean, she could have. I believe you all played Huntington, correct?
Yes.
Well, they had a girl that was bigger than Sarah was, but you would have never known it.
I mean, we went into every game undersized, outmatched. Sarah averaged about 9 rebounds a game, I believe. So, I mean, that's great for someone her size.
Oh, definitely. Now, what as an individual, what are your goals for next season?
From looking really right now, I just want to make sure we make it to Charleston. I feel like I took a big part of the chunk in the loss and put a lot on myself when we didn't make it, and it messed with me a lot. So it'd be really good if we can make it next year and kind of redeem myself.
And obviously the rumors that we're hearing, I mean, it's not like it's nothing that is valid because it's not, we're getting our information from people in education, people that are close to the SSAC. And we're hearing that there could be no sports at all next year. Now, if you all get that information too, and there is no basketball next year, what do you have to do to become a better player?
Just work every day, continue pushing myself. You can never fully reach your full potential. You always have room to improve. And I just got to make sure that I stay focused and work on what I need to work on. And it's going to be hard, though, if that happens, because Skylar's, it's her last year. It's Sarah's last year. Those girls mean a lot to us. And it's going to be hard. I'm getting the chance at that last run with them.
And that's what we talked about yesterday on our podcast was people who don't watch sports on a regular basis, like they're just going about their normal lives now. And I was telling Jordan, I don't understand how people do it. I mean, on ESPN, there's just like all these classic basketball, football games that have been played 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. But you already know what's going to happen. So why am I watching this? And I get that, but it's tough right now, but you just got to push through. And what now, give us a name other than yourself for a player to watch next season. Somebody outside of Wyoming East.
All right. Let me think here. I have a real good relationship with some of the girls upstate. Marley, she's a great player. Deanna Gray, she's really good. There's so many young ones that's starting to make a name for themselves, and I'm just proud of them. We all have the same goal in mind, and I'm just proud of everything that they accomplished. But I don't know. That's tough. There's quite a few out there.
There is, and that's the thing that people don't know that don't follow girls basketball in West Virginia is there's a lot of talent, whether it's the senior class, the sophomore class, there's a lot of talent throughout the state from top to bottom.
Yeah, I got all my AAU girls too. They're all tough. But I don't know. West Virginia is a whole lot more talented than what people credit us for.
Exactly right. And that's what we're here for. We're here to get you all out there, promote you all as much as we can, and do everything we can to see. And that's our goal. Like we talked to you down when you were in Charleston. And the big thing for us is, yeah, it's great to see you play at the next level, but we want a text or a call saying, hey, my college graduation's this day and I'm walking across the stage. And that's all that matters to us. You walk across the stage with that diploma in your hand. and they can't take it away from you ever. And I know that you're young and you don't want to hear this, but basketball's not forever.
Yeah.
But with that college degree, it's a 40-year plan and not just a 4-year plan. And we're excited to see you grow and see you play. Hopefully, we can see you play around October the 3rd or the 10th down this way.
Yes, sir.
But that's our biggest goal is to put you all on the map more than you already are. And
I appreciate
Hannah,
that a
I
lot.
appreciate you taking the time out and talking with us today. Thank
Always.
you
It's always
so
fun.
much. Always. And that's the thing. Anytime you need anything at all, don't hesitate to ask us. Anytime you need anything, please let us know.
Thank you guys a lot.
Hey, stay safe, be careful, and hope to see you play very, very soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You guys too.